But anywho, this was his coverage of the shooter, and I find it very interesting.
Like in general, I think that a lot of the people that do these bombings and do these shootings, and this is true with gang shootings, it's true with, it's true in prisons, it's true everywhere. Like the overwhelming majority are guys without like really any sort of like hope for the future. Like that's really the reality. It doesn't matter whether you're in the Bloods, the Crips, the Muslim Brotherhood, or the Aryan Brotherhood.
That's another point, bro. I remember stopping the stream and all that and talk about this. That is facts, bro. That's absolutely facts. Muslim Brotherhood is the same thing as the Crips, the Bloods, and the Aryan Brotherhood. Same thing. It's a fucking gang. It's a gang, bro.
It's all the same people. It's the same demographic. It's young men with no sense of hope to the future and seemingly nothing to lose, right?
No. You are correct in the majority of circumstances. When it comes to like white school shooters, totally, 100%. I'm with you, man. All right. When it comes to a lot of instances of gang violence, sure, whatever. Specifically with Islam, you're wrong. And the reason why you're wrong is not, in my opinion, because you don't have a good understanding of human psychology. It's because you don't have a good understanding of Islam. And I don't say this as an insult, because I think your average person views it exactly the same way Asmongold does. Because we have been psyoped, in my opinion, through a multi-year, multi-generation psyop that all cultures are equal and all people are the same and all psychologies are identical because we're all humans and all humans are beautiful and all.
I ain't gonna lie, he got a point, bro. Oh my god, bro. He just made me. All he had to do was say that, bro. All he had to do was say that. That our cultures is not the same, and it clicked in my head. Bloods, Crips, Ariel Gang or Ariel Brotherhood, they don't believe in marrying 6-year-olds. They don't believe in fucking abusing their wives and shit like that. Some do, but they don't believe in that shit. Like, bro. This dude Nux is right, and they also don't believe in killing everybody who don't believe in them. Like Bloods don't want to kill everybody; they only kill people who is against them. Like, yo, bro, this is crazy. I didn't even think of that. Nux is right.
Awesome and lovely, and therefore, since we're all humans, we're all identical. We have slightly different cultures, but that just affects our cuisine, okay? It doesn't actually affect our way of life and shit. And this has been one of the most dangerous psyops that's been played on us for a very long time. Because in Islam, from a very young age, the idea of martyrdom is actually literally groomed into you. Kids are groomed to be martyrs, not even exaggerating. Like, this is from Sneeko, okay? Now, Sneeko was groomed as a 25-year-old adult, right? Imagine what they can do to children.
No,
But it's a reminder that this life is short. And so
this is him talking about Khamenei, terrorist, pedophile, mass murderer that was eliminated by United States and Israeli airstrikes. God bless the U.S. of A and our allies for fucking killing terrorists. Hell yeah, dude. This bro's in hell right now, by the way.
Khamenei, if he did die, if he died in his act, especially during the holy month of Ramadan,
they blew him up. They blew him up good.
He's dead,
they painted the walls with Khamenei.
Inshallah, he gets the highest rank in Jannah, and he gets eternal paradise. He gets the highest rank, he gets martyrdom. That's the highest achievement we can get.
Girls.
This is coming from a man who was groomed into Islam at the age of 25. All right? Imagine what happens if you're groomed into Islam as a child. Sneeko was not raised Muslim. He was not Muslim as a kid. All right? He was born and raised in the United States of America. Understand what we're dealing with. And this guy thinks that the terrorist, pedophile, mass killer, all right, killed 10.
His own chat is saying it. Bro just be yapping retard shit. Bro, his own chat is calling him retard. Oh my god, this is
crazy. Of thousands of his own people, millions of people in the region. All right, whether it's Iraq or it's in Lebanon or it's in Syria or it's in Yemen. All right, he directly caused all these deaths. All right, understand that. He thinks this guy's going to heaven as a martyr because he was killed by the United States for threatening to kill us for 47 years.
But it's a reminder that this life is short.
Yeah, a reminder that this life is short. This guy, Sneeko, all right, groomed into Islam at 25 already supports terrorist pedophiles. All right, imagine what happens if you're groomed into Islam as a child. Well, the reality is you don't really have to imagine. I'll show you. This is a guy in Gaza. You know, he survived what they're calling a genocide. I have a 7-month-old baby. I'm ready to strap an explosive belt on him and send him to Tel Aviv.
Want you guys to I just want to let this shit marinate for you guys. These are the type of people that we let into our country, gang. This is what Islam breeds. We don't need this shit in our country, gang. We don't. Please denaturalize all Islam fucks and send them home.
Steve.
وعندي ولد فدا الشيخ نعيم واللي بده اياه بصير وعندي ولد عمره 7 اشهر اذا بده نفخخه ونبعته على تل ابيب جاهز لنبعته.
Yeah, and we're supposed to coexist with these people and bring them into our countries? Like, this is what a dad is saying about their child. I can't even imagine that, by the way. Like, this is alien to me. All right, so when I'm looking into the motivations of potential terror attacks, you have to understand that this is an alien mindset that you are not supposed to rationalize and understand and just be like, oh, he does it for notoriety, or oh, he just does it because he has nothing left to lose. Nothing left to lose? This child barely started living. A 7-month-old baby. He's planning on turning him into a martyr. Are you serious? All right, here's Iran, all right, the culture that we are currently trying to topple, all right, this Islamic regime. This is them holding up their babies as future martyrs, not even exaggerating.
Martyrdom is a hugely important concept here in the Islamic Republic of Iran. We're currently at an event where hundreds of women hold their babies into the air to show that they're willing to offer their children as martyrs for God and for Imam Hussein. All of that goes back to the legendary Battle of Karbala, where Imam Hussein held his baby into the air.
It's an entire religion based on this. All right, I'm not trying to be Islamophobic here or anything. I'm just trying to explain to you that, quite literally, this does not really mesh with Western values so much. Now, there are a lot of Muslims that aren't really that religious, all right? They don't actually follow, they'll fast on Ramadan, but they don't actually follow this stuff. But the actual religious ones, they all believe this. In fact, the religion demands it, all right? Like, dude, what is this? What depravity is this? This is who we're fighting in Iran, by the way. And we wonder why they didn't surrender after they were obliterated. Obviously, they didn't surrender because dying is the highest honor for these people. It's insane. That's why I'm always surprised when they call America terrorists because, bro, that's literally the highest civilian honor in Islam. What are you doing? And again, I'm not saying that I'm justifying the murder of, children in a school or airstrikes on civilians or anything like that. It's obviously a tragedy. I'm not trying to say that. Obviously, these kids did nothing wrong. But, let's be honest with ourselves for just a second. What do you think they're going to grow into? Not justifying killing them, but I am very much justifying not bringing them into our countries. I just want to make that distinction very clear. So, yeah, we're toppling a regime that's this, all right? Holding their babies into the airs as martyrs. These are not babies who have nothing to lose. That's not why they're doing this. All right? Like, dude, look at these people. Look how they pray. All right? This is a Palestinian man.
أنا بطلب من الله طلب واحد.
I ask Allah for one thing.
إذا ربنا أخذني وربنا أكرمني وارتقاني مع الشهداء.
If he chooses and honors me as a martyr.
ياخد معي حبيب قلبي. حبيب روحي.
Let my son be a martyr and come with me. What the actual fuck is happening? This is retarded. This is not a normal culture. This is not Western values. These people cannot assimilate. And then I see people go, oh, we need to import 1 million refugees from Gaza. No, we fucking don't. Oh, no, it's only because they're getting bombed in the Middle East that they're doing this shit. No, that is not why. Oh, it's because they have nothing to lose. No, it's not because they have nothing to lose. It's because it's the brave thing to do. you realize we're up against a death cult here, all right? And this is not every Muslim. I'll repeat myself. It's not every Muslim. It is specifically the ones that actually follow the religion to the T. And I know this is the shit you're not allowed to say because you're not allowed to acknowledge that people are different.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. We need to ban Islam, bro. I don't give a fuck, gang. At this point, I don't give a fuck, bro. You could claim you a sweet, the nicest fucking Muslim, bro. Find another fucking religion. I don't give a shit, bro. Find another fucking religion, bro. This shit does not belong in our country, gang. Fuck that, bro. I will vote for any mayor, anybody who's against this shit. I will make that shit my life goal to vote for anybody who's against this shit, bro. This is fucking horrible. This is horrible, bro. And like I said, if you're a sweet person, you're a real fucking person, just leave Islam, bro. Just leave Islam. You don't need that shit in your life. That shit is a horrible, horrible, satanic cult. It is not a religion. It's not. It's not true at all.
And that some cultures are actually inferior. I've heard a big streamer get into trouble when he called a culture inferior. Well, he was right. Some cultures are fucking inferior. This isn't a controversial topic, all right? And to immediately debunk the argument, you can always say, when was American culture better? When we had slaves or when we didn't have slaves? Every single leftist will say the culture was better when we don't have slaves. Well, that answers it all. That means that some cultures are inferior and some cultures aren't. Well, this one, the one where they're martyring their babies, that shit's inferior. And quite literally, that shit can't really assimilate. I'm not gonna lie. All right, dude, the Palestinian child's in Jenin. All right, like, dog, what are we doing? Like, seriously, bro? Are we serious? Oh, it's just a baby. Yeah, the baby. Like, when you're raised this way, it actually does change you a little bit. Like, this is how Iran treats children. They don't actually have an issue. They'll rape kids. Why wouldn't they do this?
What you're seeing here is a bunch of school children ages between 8 and 13 who are being lined up outside, handcuffed with bags over their heads because they were singing anti-regime slogans.
This is who we're up against in Iran.
This is the type of filth that we are dealing with the Islamic regime. I don't know if any of you watching this are fathers, but could you fucking imagine? This is why we need to keep our voices up.
Well, the left doesn't care. The left actually doesn't care. They're the pro-pedophile party, it seems. But the reality is this that we're dealing with. All right, like, dude, this is a story that's absolutely insane. Obviously, these images are AI, but super important to note how Iran actually fought during the Iraq War. In the Iraq War from 1980 to 1988, Iraq placed a lot of landmines. Well, how did Iran actually figure out where the landmines are? They took children, ages 6 to 10, that were too young to hold assault rifles, and they would have them walk over the desert through the minefields, and they would blow up. But they would clear the minefield. Human waves to clear minefields with their bare feet, but don't worry, their moms let them do it because the children were promised martyrdom. So the moms were totally cool with it. Like, it is shocking that we need to tolerate this, and we need to import this, and we need to acknowledge and make believe that actually all cultures are the same. We gotta stay very, very far away from some cultures. We gotta keep them somewhere else. We don't need to import them here. Like, what the fuck am I looking at over here? And you think these kids won't grow up to want to kill Jews? Like, are we even serious for like a half a second? Like, these guys, it literally says in the Quran, quote, Jews and Christians are the worst of creatures. Direct quote from the Quran. Look it up. It's a direct and utter quote. Like, why are we surprised, bro? Seriously?
So this is what we doing. So we're praying at churches now. That's what we doing, Sheikh. Wow. Astaghfirullah. Look at the brothers lining up at the church. Assalamu alaikum, brothers. So where are we, man? We at the church? Y'all praying at the church? No. Y'all praying at the church? What are we doing here, man? Why have we gathered here?
Great question.
Okay, mashallah. We're going to convert the church into a masjid.
They convert churches into mosques. Oh, that explains it.
Okay, man. Y'all was scaring me for a minute. Get the khutbah, habibi. Get the khutbah. Yalla, inna alhamdulillah. Mashallah. Hey, beginning stages.
Beginning stages. This is how it starts. And there it is. Nope, this is not at all coming here to conquer us and destroy Western civilization. They are coming to assimilate and make, probably, I was told. Pretty incredible stuff. All right, this is from everyone's favorite political commentator, Secular Talk. All right, the Iranians didn't rape kids on Epstein's Island and kick 18 million people off Medicaid. Yeah, because Iran is Epstein's Island.
If you just read the Quran, it is halal. It would be halal to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. Chapter 65, verse 4. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us.
By the way, this is from everyone's favorite political commentator, Secular Talk. All right, the Iranians didn't rape kids on Epstein's Island and kick 18 million people off Medicaid.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, because Iran is Epstein's Island.
If you just read the Quran, it is halal. It would be halal to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. Chapter.
Gang, we don't need to act like these people are equal to us, bro. We don't. We don't, bro. We fucking don't, bro. These people culture is fucking satanic, gang. This is not a religion, bro. And I just Googled what bro said. It does say that. The Quran says that Christians and Jews are the worst creatures, bro. Why are we fucking playing nice with these fucks when they quite literally hate us, gang? They quite literally hate us, bro. And look what the fuck they do. Look what the fuck they preaching. Halal, if you didn't know what halal means it is good for them. They could do it. It is allowed by Allah. So when something is halal, it is allowed by Allah. And listen to what he just said, this fucking sick bastard.
Yeah, because Iran is Epstein's Island.
If you just read the Quran, it is halal. It would be halal to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. Chapter 65, verse 4. Allah subhanahu.
And every single one of these people didn't even flinch. Didn't even say a word. Didn't condemn that shit. What in the fuck kind of culture is that, bro? What kind of culture is that? I'm sorry, bro. That shit don't... I don't give a fuck, bro. That shit don't fly with me.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us...
By the way, this is not someone criticizing Islam. This is Mohammed Hijab. This is a pro-Islam advocate.
Who you can divorce and who you cannot divorce. And then he says, وَاللَّائِ لَمْ يَحِدْنَ.
Wow.
وَاللَّائِ لَمْ يَحِدْنَ. And the ones who had never been pubescent before.
That's right. Islam teaches you how to properly divorce prepubescent wives. What is the implication there, sir?
And by the way, this is very important, yeah? I want all Muslims to be aware of this. The reason why we don't have sexual intercourse with 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds or whatever is not because of puberty.
Oh.
Wait a minute, what did you say? It's not because of puberty, because that verse in the Quran actually says lam yahid. They never had puberty before. You can't go around that. The Quran doesn't say anywhere in the Quran that the woman has to be pubescent.
Aha.
I dare you.
This is in England, by the way.
To find one verse in the Quran where it says you're not allowed to marry someone based on harm, or you're not allowed to have sexual intercourse based on harm, or you're not allowed to marry someone based on puberty. Get me?
Yeah. So, no, you're right. Iran didn't have Epstein's Island. You're right. You're totally right, bro. Because Epstein did nothing wrong according to Islam. That's why they didn't have Epstein's Island.
I'm about to get kafar tatted just like this nigga P has said, bro. I'm about to get kafar tatted big as fuck on my arm, bro. Fuck these people, gang. I don't want nothing to do with anybody who believe in that shit, bro.
In case you were paying attention.
Fuck them.
All right. So yeah, in response
of the people that do these bombings and do these shootings, and this is true with gang.
If I have to worry about how Muslims feel wherever the fuck I work in the future, I don't need to be working there. Fuck them, bro. I don't go fuck that.
Shootings, it's true with, it's true in prisons, it's true everywhere. Like the overwhelming majority are guys without like really any sort of like hope for the future. Like that's really the reality. It doesn't matter whether you're in the Bloods, the Crips, the Muslim Brotherhood, or the Aryan Brotherhood. It's all the same people. It's the same demographic. It's young men with no sense of hope to the future. And
no, it's actually not. It's actually called jihad. It's a holy war, and these people will literally blow themselves up for their god. if it means they could take some infidels with them. All right?
I would be embarrassed if I was a blood in a Crip and I heard Zach compare these sick fucks to my gang, bro. Cause I was a Latin king, my nigga. I was a fucking Latin king. I had paperwork. I had laws and shit that I had to abide by when I was a Latin king, bro. There's fucking paperwork for every single gang, every single clique, and those are laws that you need to abide by. Ain't no law talking about we could fuck little girls or little kids, bro. I'm sorry, gang. That is not a fucking gang. That is not a religion. That's just a cult, bro. And we need to destroy that shit, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Fuck them niggas.
Waking up is realizing the fact that, no, you cannot use basic Western psychology based on our Western values and our basic understanding of humanity on a death cult that quite literally will blow themselves up if it means they could kill you, and that's the highest civilian honor. I'm not saying this to criticize
comparing that
I'm just
culture
saying
to any
this to
kind
raise
of
awareness. This is raising awareness,
Now
ladies and
that I
gentlemen.
think
You
about
see,
it,
I consider myself something of an activist,
Ain't no
and I'm
gang
really glad
culture.
that the conversation is actually moving away from illegal immigrants, which obviously all have to go. That's not even up for debate. Like, that's super
them
obvious.
niggas
No
is
matter how
worse,
many retards will tell you that the GDP is higher because people invaded our
niggas
country
is
and are
worse.
raping our women and shit. I actually don't give a fuck about what your mindset is. We have a country, we have borders, they need to go. The conversation has shifted to denaturalizations. All right, realize what we're doing here. All right, we have been psyoped, and in my opinion, if not for people like Elon Musk buying Twitter that gave us a place to actually have conversations, no one would even be aware of this. All right, so many people had to silence themselves online and silence themselves for discourse because either they'd cancel you or they just straight up ban you. The reality is we are allowed to talk about this now, and we must be aware of what's going on before the England thought police comes to arrest you. Remember, in England, the response to Islamic grooming gangs was arresting people criticizing Islamic grooming gangs. Well, this isn't England. This is the United States of America, and we're gonna fucking talk about this shit. People don't realize the level of radicalization that is coming. I'm doing my best to raise awareness and radicalize a couple of you motherfuckers, but the reality is, this is only the beginning of the tidal wave. The reason why Western civilization is the greatest civilization in the history of the world is because Western civilization is based on biblical values and biblical principles. We are importing barbarians that do not share those values and those principles, and we're finding out the hard way. Now, we got to talk about the leftists that are bringing them in. So this is Nate Friedman. Nate Friedman is a journalist who basically went to a pro-Iran rally. For some reason, this is a thing, and we're not deporting all these people. I don't know why. I'm told it's because of America and stuff, but the reality is that's because we're weak and retarded, and we actually need to start deporting these people. So these